Sunderland moved back to the top of the table over in the Championship after a midweek victory to see them returned to the summit of the second tier. But will they still be there at the end of this weekend's matches? Well, we're going to take a long look at it next. That's right, folks, back once again with another prediction video today. It's match day number 9. That's right, coming at you over in the Championship. And we'll get to it in a second. If you knew where you've been, smash your subscribe button. You want to stop shop for Championship, Blackburn Rovers, world football. We got to know here, boys. Under one Rooski. That's right, Sunderland back to the top. Burnley, the six-finger freakazoids, they're up to second. Goodness gracious me. But on my ball, of course, my bloody blue and white halves all the way down into 6 right now, who could still return to the automatics with a victory if everything else goes their way. We'll take a look at all that. And, of course, the drop zone in a second. Big shout out to the VIPs, the other Patreons. You know who you are. And, of course, a shout-out to the members. That's right. Of course, all part of this amazing family we call Blackburn Rovers Seas. Now, there is, believe it or not, another way for you to become a member of the Blackburn Rovers Seas family. What am I talking about? Well, I'm talking about this. That's right, folks. We got to vote. Blackburn Rovers Seas has been nominated for not 1, but 2 categories at this year's Club Football Content Creator Awards. Now, please give up 20 of your precious seconds to go ahead and vote. It takes you lickety split to do just that. Link is on the screen. There's a QR code is on there, and if you need help, there is also a link in the description. Just click it, and away you go. So, please do just that. We've got Dingles up there against us. We've got some other shit houses. We've got to beat them all, but it's all down to you. Please, please, please. And of course, the voting will be closing very, very soon. So I do appreciate it if you can do that right about now. Meanwhile, let's take a look at the games that, of course, took place this past midweek in the Championship in a double match week. And there were some absolute whoppers, including Stoke's big old victory. And we'll explore that in a minute. Meanwhile, at the top, Burnley picking up a 1-0 win over Plymouth. We kind of saw that coming. Cardiff got their first victory, a 1-0 win over Millwall. Rovers got absolutely torched by Coventry. Meanwhile, Luton and Oxford couldn't be separated. Big point that is on the road for Oxford. QPR did lose at home to Waltner, who makes it 3 wins on the bounce now. Sunderland 2-0 winners of a derby. Norwich and Leeds all square. The Baggies did lose to Borough at home, with Sheffield United only winning the 1-0. Preston with their chomping, teeth-flaring striker. A couple of goals for him. 3-0 winners over Watford. But it is the highlight. Went to Stoke City, put 6, I repeat 6, past Portsmouth and Bristol City and Sheffield Wednesday. They couldn't even get a goal between them. That's, of course, the state of play over there. The table, though, looks a little bit like this, with Sunderland top of the charts there. I thought it was Burnley were in second. Oh, actually, the points deduction. So this might not be necessarily right. But on merit, Sheffield United technically would be second, but they do have a 2 points deduction, and that puts them back into the playoffs. Burnley mathematically are there in second. Then it'd be West Brom, Leeds, Sheffield United, and then Rovers. Going down as it stands is Cardiff, it's Pompey, and it's QPR, of course. Meanwhile, over in the Super Brew, big winners for Newton Abbey, picking up 15.5 points, as did Johnny Bangkok, with another cool name to shout about. Scat Pack Wally, he was a big 15-pointer. Jimmy Pastoni as well up there. Raymond Reddington did good. Love Chops, The Gaffer, Sexiogi, Clasher Man, Preston Hinton, all doing 8-OK. Where the heck am I? Scared. Did I even get my predictions in? Did I get a wooden spoon? I don't even see it. Saw Yuki's name in there. Look at Philly Pete. Me and Philly Pete, absolute stinker. Let's not look at that anymore. Top it over to the leaderboard, though. Of course, kicking ass and taking in is Newton Abbey once again, who's ousted the Shepherd Meister, who's dropped down to number 2. Jimmy Pastoni's there in 3rd, up 1 spot into the bronze. And look at this. Look at some of the big names we have in the top 10. And just outside, Frosty's having a shitter as well. He's out, as am I. Which I am 41st. Grim stuff. Anyway, that's, of course, that. Then, of course, is the link if you want to get involved. It is 100% free. And, of course, we look forward to the next round of games, which are these. All right, then, folks, looking forward to this weekend's action. And we got some absolute bangers on the agenda, including this top of the graphic one, Sunderland against Leeds. So let's get into it as we head over to the Stadium of Light. That's right, it is Sunderland, it is Leeds, and it's coming at you on Friday, the 4th of October. Regularly, Sunderland sit top of the table as of right now. 67% form for them right now, 2 defeats the last 6, up against Leeds, who have just lost once in the last 6. Now, they played 19 times since 1996, with with 7 victories for the hosts, 10 wins for the visitors, and there's been 2 draws between the two sides. Sunderland are unbeaten against Leeds over the last 3. In fact, they just lost once against them over the last 6. And that one defeat was actually at the Stadium of Light back in August 2017. Sunderland on the back of that 2-0 win over Derby. Leeds with that 1-1 draw against Norwich over at Carrow Road. The bookies, 2-1 is your Sunderland, 13-10 is your Leeds, 9-4 is the draw. Now this is a real a page turner of a game here. Sunderland win this one, then I'm there. I'm going to drink the Kool-Aid and say Sunderland are actually automatic contenders. That's right. But my head is thinking that Leeds will get something out of this game. For me, I think Leeds will get something out of this game. It was going to be a tasty one, but I think Sunderland are also equal to it. So I'm going to sit on the fence here on a Friday night. I'm going to go with a 2-2 draw point split, which doesn't really answer my question if Sunderland are the real deal. And of course could be contenders for the top 2. Head on over to Lancashire now as Burnley, 6-finger banjo players under Scotty Parker, taking on Preston in a bit of a derby. That's right, early kickoff I believe at this one over at Turdmore. Burnley now unbeaten in the last 5 games. They sit second as of right now. Preston on the back of a win, 21st in the table with 8 points to their name, just 1 defeat in the last 5. Of course they've played 29 times since 2000, 14 wins for Burnley, 11 wins for Preston. There's been 4 draws between the two sides. Last time around, though, it was a 3-0 win for Burnley back in February 2023. And Burnley are unbeaten against Preston over the last 6. It might be friendlies, though. The last time Preston picked up a victory, it was actually at Turdmore way back in December 2015. The Dingles on the back of a 1-0 win over Plymouth. That make it back-to-back clean sheets. Preston on the back of a 3-0 win over Watford over at Deepdale. The bookies here, 5-3 on is your Burnley, 3-1 is the draw, 9-2 is your Teeth. That's just Preston. And I'm going to go with 3-0 winners, Burnley taking it to the house. Head on down to Norwich now as they take on in-form Hull City. They've turned it right around, haven't they, under Timmy Valtner. 3 wins puts you right up there in the thick of things into 9th with 12 points to the name. Norwich in 10th with 12 points to your name as well. Taking place over at Carrow Road. They played 19 times since 2005. 7 wins for Norwich, 5 wins for Hull. There's been 7 draws between two sides. Coming at you last time around at this very venue was a 2-1 win for Norwich, who've won 3 on the spin against Hull. I've only lost once against them over the last 6. Hull on the back of that 1-1 draw against, Hull on the back of that 3-1 win over QPR. In fact, if you look at it, they've scored 10 goals in the last 3 games combined, compared to Norwich, who've scored, 8 goals in the last 3 games combined. So pretty high scoring affairs between these two sides. However, Norwich on the back of that 1-1 draw against Leeds. The odds here, 20-19 on your Norwich, 12-5 is the draw, 29-10 is your away win. Going to go with a victory for the hosts, though. Yes, I'm impressed with Hull City right now, responding to the early wobble, but Norwich are something else, especially at Carrow Road. 2-0 win, the Canaries taking the points. Meanwhile, Pompey, they're in trouble, big time, and they need a result. But I think this could be the game that changes everything. That's right, Pompey under John Mousinho, 17% form for them right now, winless in the last 10 matches. They sit 23rd with 4 points to the name. Up against Oxford, who now go 3 games without a win, but just 1 defeat in the last 5. They sit 11th with 11 points to the name. Now these two sides have played 32 times since 1993. There's been 10 wins apiece and 12 draws, with the most recent match at this very venue being a 2-1 win for Pompey, who are unbeaten against them, Oxford, over the last 5. Portsmouth on the back of that 6-1 dropping by Stoke. That ain't going to do any confidence any good. But at Fratton Park, they are something else. They've got draws against Leeds, Sheffield United. So a good chance for them to get back into the plus side. As for Oxford, what we're looking at here, without a win now in 3 matches. Coming into this on the back of that 2-2 draw against Luton. A good point, that was a solid point down at Kenilworth Road. The bookies, though, for this one, Pompey at 27-20 for the victory, 19-10 is your Oxford, 12-5 is the draw. I'm backing Mousinho's boys to finally get over the hump and get that victory. Otherwise, he could be in trouble heading into the international break. 1-0 winners, Pompey taking it. Let's head on back to the shithouse, that is Ricoh Arena, aka the CBS Stadium, the Coventry Building Society Arena, as Coventry take on Sheffield Wednesday. Coventry back into winning ways and looking pretty good midweek as they destroyed my beloved Blackburn Rovers. Up against Sheffield Wednesday, who now go 50% form for them right now, winning 2, losing 2 and drawing 2 over the last 6. They're in 19th with just 8 points compared to Coventry's 17th with 8 points as well. These two sides played 35 times since 1993, 15 wins For the Sky Blues, 9 wins for the Owls, and there's been 11 draws between the two sides. Last time around they played, it was back in February 2024. It was a 4-1 win for Coventry. That was over in the FA Cup. Round 4 replay. Meanwhile, the last time they played in the league at this very venue was a 2-0 win for Coventry, who are unbeaten against Wednesday over the last 5. Wednesday on the back of that 0-0 draw against Bristol City. Back-to-back games without a loss for them, up against Coventry, who do come into this on the back of that amazing vein over my boys, Blackburn Rovers. The odds here for this one, we're looking at 11-10 on as your Coventry, 12-5 is the draw, 3-1 is, of course, your away win. From what I saw, I think Coventry are back, and they will get a win here as well. 2-1 win, giving Wednesday a bit of credit, but 3 points. Staying right there at the CBS Arena. Meanwhile, Derby are in action, back at home, back at Pride Park, taking on a QPR side who might be in a bit of trouble here. They've actually rewarded their coach, Cifuentes, with a new deal this past week. Maybe have they pushed the button too soon. Derby, though, coming at you under Paul Warren, 3 defeats on the spin. All competitions, all venues, 33% form for them right now. Sit 14th with 9 points to your name. QPR under Cifuentes, winless in 5 now. 22nd in the table with 7 points to their name. Of course, they have played 29 times since 2004, 10 wins apiece and 9 draws. Last time around at this very venue, it was a 2-1 win for QPR back in November 2021. That was the year they did the double over Derby, back-to-back wins. In fact, they've only lost once against them over the last 6. QPR, though, coming into this with their last win, a 2-1 win over Luton way back in match number 4. Derby's last victory was a 1-0 win over Cardiff at this very venue, which of course is a good stomping ground. They narrowly lost last time against Norwich. The odds on this one, 27-20 is your Derby, 12-5 the draw. We've got 90-10 is your QPR, but I think I'm backing Derby. Yes, I am. 2-1 win, back to winning ways. Putting QPR under further scrutiny, and maybe just a little bit too soon on that new deal for Cifuentes, but we'll see about that. Then it's a long trip for Blackburn Rovers as they go down to the southwest. It is Plymouth, that's right, the Green Army. Not good stomping ground for Rovers, I can tell you. They have played 4 times since 2017, 2 wins for Plymouth, nothing for Rovers, 2 draws. Plymouth under Wayne Rooney, 33% form for them right now, 2 wins at the last 6. They sit 18th with 8 points to their name. Rovers are in 6th with 15 points, 50% form for them, but coming into this on the back of that sloppy ass display against Coventry. Last time around at this very venue was a 3-0 win for Plymouth. Rovers gone back-to-back games against Plymouth at this very venue without scoring a goal. They need to change that fact. And well, one thing's going to change because Plymouth haven't kept a clean sheet all season, and Rovers haven't scored at Plymouth in the last 2 successive outings. So what's going to happen? Will it be a 0-0 draw? Will they keep a clean sheet? Will we get our first point at this stomping ground? Who knows? Plymouth on the back of that 1-0 loss to Burnley on the road. Last time they were played at this very venue, though. In fact, it's been back-to-back wins for Plymouth, picking up wins over Sunderland and Luton. They are heavyweights at this part of the season. Rovers, though, back-to-back games on the road without scoring a goal. Just scored 1 goal in the last 3 on the bloody road. Bookies for this one, we're looking at Plymouth 21-10 for the victory, 27-10 is the draw, 23-20 is your Rovers. Got to back my boys here, even though we were dog shit on Wednesday. Got to go 2-1 win, Rovers snatching it at the expense of Wayne Rooney FC. Back up to Yorkshire now as Sheffield United take on Luton Town, that's right, as Chris Wilder's boys take on Rob Edwards in a match that was just last year a Premier League affair. Sheffield United sit 3rd right now with 16 points to their name, unbeaten in the last 5. Up against Luton, back-to-back games now without a win, and sitting still in 20th with 8 points to your name. 12 times they have played, 5 wins for the Blades, 4 wins for the Hatters, and 3 draws between the two sides. Last time around, that was in the Premier League. It was a 3-2 win for Luton, that's right, as they exchanged victories at the opposition venue. In fact, the home side has only won once out of the last 6 in these matches. That's when Sheffield United beat Luton at Bramall Lane. The Blades, though, on the back of, what are we looking at here? Oh my gosh, airtight defence for Sheffield United. 5 clean sheets on the spin. Luton, 2-2 draw last time around at Oxford. The draw, though, for this, the bookies here, 11-10 on is your Sheffield United, 13-5. The draw, 27-10 is your away win. Backing Sheffield United here, yes I am. 3-1, going to give Luton a goal, but looking at their defence, could be quite solid to break down. So 3-1 win, the Blades taking it. Head on over to Wales now as Swansea take on Stoke. That's right, coming out of the Liberty Stadium. Swansea looking pretty decent right now into 12th with 11 points to their name. 42% form for them right now. Just one defeat in the last 4. Up against Stoke, 50% form for them right now, winning 3 and losing 3. That's right. Played 26 times since 2011. 8 wins for the Swans, 13 wins for the Potters, 5 draws as well. Last time around at this venue, it was a 3-0 win for Swansea, who came out of it unbeaten against Stoke last season, picking up a win and a draw. Stoke on the back of that 6-1 drubbing of Pompey. That was the first victory for Nasius Pilac. Nathan Williams, though, back-to-back games without a win. Last victory was that of Coventry, 2-1 at the Rico. Meanwhile, the bookies for this one, 6-5 is your Swansea, 21-10 is the Stoke, 5-2 is the draw. Free score in Stoke it was at the Bet365, but not here, not in Wales. It's going to be 2-0 win, Swansea taking it. Head on down to Vicarage Road now as Watford take on Middlesbrough, of course, who picked up that monstrous win against the Baggies this past midweek. Watford under Cleverley, now just 1 win in 6. They sit in 8th, though, with 13 points to their name. Up against the Borough side, who are on the bloody climb. Just 1 defeat in the last 5. They're on 58% form, sit 7th with 14 points to the name. Now, they've played 28 times, these two sides, since 1993. 11 wins for Watford, 9 wins for Borough. It's been 8 draws between the two sides. Last time around at Vicarage Road, 3-2 win it was for the Borough, who have gone 3 games unbeaten against Watford. In fact, 3 games winning run against Watford. They've actually scored 8 goals against them in the last 3 games combined. And they're on the back of successive clean sheets. A 2-0 win over Stoke and a 1-0 win over the Baggies. Meanwhile, Watford, 3-0 shit show against Preston. What was that all about? Toothless was the expression. Full of teeth were Preston. 5-2 was your Watford for this one. 20-19 on is your Borough. They are favoured here. 14-5 is the draw. Borough are on the uptick. Watford are not so much. But I don't know which way I've swung on this one. I've probably gone with a draw, I think. Yeah, it feels like a draw. 1-1. It's like I know what I'm doing. 1-1 in the end at Vicarage Road. Up to the Midlands now, and West Bromwich Albion need to get back on track as it's been successive defeats for Carlos Cobrahan's boys as they sit 4th right now with 16 points to the name. Millwall under Neil Harris, 16th for the table with 8 points. Of course, 42% form with just 1 win in the last 4. 21 times these two sides have played. 5 wins for the Baggies, 8 wins for Millwall, and there's been 8 draws between the two sides. Last time around at this very venue, it was a 0-0 draw. In fact, for the last 3 of these games, whether it's been at the Hawthorns or at the Den, have ended up all square. It's actually 4 times the last 6 it's ended up all square. West Brom on the back of that loss to Wednesday and then follow that up with another loss to Middlesbrough. They need a win and they need one fast. As for Cardiff, they beat Millwall last time around. Goodness gracious me, 1-0 it was over in Wales. The bookies for this, 2017 on is your West Brom, 13-5 is the draw, 3-1 is your Millwall. Gotta be the Baggies, surely. Gonna go with just the 1-0, just enough to get over the line, get the win, and maybe even top the table once again. And then finally, folks, we head over to Thrashton Gate, as Bristol City take on Cardiff in what has been dubbed a bit of a derby. That's right, coming at you on Sunday, 6th of October. 34 times they have played since 2002. 11 wins for the Robins, 18 wins for the Blue Noses, and 5 draws between the two sides. Bristol City, 42% form for them right now, unbeaten in the last 3, sitting there in 13th with 10 points. Cardiff with a big win for Omaritza with 4 points, but they still rock bottom of the table. Last time around at this very venue, it was a 1-0 win for Cardiff, who've won 3 on the spin against Bristol City and 3 successive clean sheets. Speaking of clean sheets, Bristol City are on the back of a clean sheet, as are Cardiff, after that 1-0 win over Millwall. Bristol City picking up that 0-0 draw against Sheffield Wednesday. The odds for this, 4-3 on is your Bristol City, 29-10. The draw, 10-3 is your away win. Should be a good game, should be a bit more about it this time, but still no victory for Cardiff on this. I think I'm going to back the hosts, and that'll be Bristol City, grinding out an important 2-1 win to climb the table. That, my friends, is what I've got for you. Please, please, please get your predictions in. Please, please, please get your votes in as well. Blackburn Rovers nominated for 2 categories: Best Club Content Creator, Football League, and Best Podcast for the Football League. But we need your votages, so please go ahead and do just that. And if you already voted, voted, go ahead and do it again. That's right, you heard me. Go ahead and do it again. Use the link in the description, the QR code, whichever way you fancy. That is that. And don't forget to get the picks in. Of course, we'll give you a bang up to date with the Prediction League following on from the international break. That's right. It's one of those, of course, coming at you very, very soon. So we'll be back in a couple of weeks. And when you do come back, I'll be back in England. In fact, we'll record the video here, but I'll be in England when it gets dropped. So stand by for that. Looking forward to it. Hopefully you guys are too. But until then, subscribe, smash the like, get voting. Come on, Rovers. Let's get back to winning ways.